Here I am, just about to go under for my ACL reconstruction. I'll see you on the other side. Hi, my name is Patrick McClintock, and this is my story. I'm currently a third-year medical student at Barton in London. In terms of sports, I am a rugby player, a boxer, and as of more recently, a triathlete. And about 2 months ago, halfway through October, I had my ACL and my MCL ligaments of my knee completely torn in a game of rugby. And my goal now is to go from being unable to walk and having had an ACL reconstruction surgery to completing a full Ironman in 1 year. So as you can see, I'm currently in hospital, and it's the events that have led me up to this place, this moment in time, this headspace that I currently have as to why I've decided to go down this route of promoting myself, promoting my journey, and on the way hopefully helping those who've not only been able to experience some of the similar things that I have, but also find a level of relatability and things to hopefully use as hope. So my whole life, I absolutely love sports. Since before I can remember, one of those big ones is rugby. I've played it my entire life, ever since the age of 4 or 5. I've just been absolutely addicted to the game of rugby. And watching it as well is such a passion of mine, and something I'm really proud to have developed into the standard and the level that I'm currently playing it at. I've had the privilege of being able to play so many different types of sports, from boxing. I had the opportunity to do a white collar boxing event, which was incredible. Also, to swimming and cycling and running, and that all transitioned straight into triathlon. But it's been incredible, and it's been such an honor to be able to channel that passion into my everyday life, into my coping mechanism, into me. But one aspect of life that's very new to me, and something I had very little appreciation for and understanding as well, is mental health. Mental health is something I can say I was pretty ignorant towards and just didn't understand until a couple of years ago, when I lost my really close mate, Olly Chessher, who I went to sixth form with, and it just completely blindsided me. I had no idea how to speak to him when he was struggling, how to relate to him, to understand what he was going through. I had absolutely no idea. So for me, it was really tricky to go through that. And then whenever he did end up passing, it just completely threw my life off track. It had me thinking in ways that I'd never thought about before, and it was just such an eye-opening experience. And then the year later, another close friend who I also went to school with, Honor Edwards, she also took her life. So both of them lost their lives to suicide. And this is something I'm still coming to terms with, getting to grips with, but it has been so tricky. And for me, understanding what they had to go through is something I'll never really be able to appreciate and do. But by promoting awareness, spreading truth and facts and information about mental health, about suicide, and how so deeply ingrained it is in our society, is something that I'm now striving to do. So here I am, currently sat in hospital, and I've just had my ACL reconstructed surgically, so I'm still feeling the effects of the anesthesia, the morphine, and so I'm a little bit out of it still, but my message is clear. My desire to help and my passion to do good in their memories and to hopefully help those in need is so powerful, and something that I just cannot wait to keep doing. It is so important to me, and it's become the fire that invigorates me the way the sport does as well. And what I want to do is document my recovery from this ACL injury, from this knee injury, in terms of not only the physical and the physiological changes, adaptations, rehabilitation that undergoes my body, but also my mind, and how I'm able to cope and change and adjust and adapt to living this way. Because for me, you know, I had to, after their passings, I went to therapy. I tried absolutely everything I did because I felt this cloud come over me that essentially shut down all my peripheral vision, and all I could think about was them and this cloud that had come over me. So for me, one of the ways that I was able to develop it, you know, in terms of fixing that and overcoming that cloud, was exercise, sports, and I absolutely threw myself into everything. I was doing so much sports. I'm also currently a medical student. Last year and the year before was very preclinical. It was all lectures and learning, you know, gross amounts of content. So for me, it was completely plunging myself into work, into sports, into absolutely everything that I could do to take my mind off them and the pain that I was going through mentally. Because the reality is that at age 18, when this first hit me, I had no clue how to deal with it. My toolbox in terms of how I deal and manage my own mental health was very limited in resources. But through the therapy, through trial and error, through sitting in the mud that is sadness, grieving, depression, I've been able to build that toolbox slowly, figuring out little things, whether it's going for a walk, listening to music, going for a run, going for a swim, sitting down and writing in a diary. I've tried absolutely it all, and I've found that sports, going out for walks and listening to podcasts, is perfect for me. 10 weeks ago, I had that snatched away when I snapped my 2 ligaments, and so for me, it's been very difficult and interesting to try and adapt the way that I perceive my current state, physically, mentally, and how I deal with that state. Very tricky as a result. Life is always going to throw curveballs at you, and it's about dealing with them and adapting to the new circumstances in which you find yourself, to then allow yourself to channel it into something positive that will improve your mental health, that will improve your physical health, whatever your goal is. It's also so important to have people around you who you can speak to. You can share this weight or this difficulty with, because by bottling it in, something that I did for a year and a half, does not work. It's absolutely fine too at the moment. Everyone grieves in their own way, mourns, struggles with life, but it's so imperative to have these meaningful conversations with people. As mentioned, I already have some triathlon experience. So in 2021, after Olly Chessher passed, I did the Swansea half Ironman in his memory. And then the year later, after Honor Edwards passed, I decided to do 3 half Ironman challenges in both of their memories. And in this, I did Ironman 70.3 Nice, as well as Iron 70.3 Swansea again. And finally, I did Outlaw Nottingham in September. It is a 3.8 kilometer swim, a 180 kilometer bike ride, and a full 42.2 marathon run to top it all off. So this is a series that I'm going to be running through YouTube, and the idea is to make videos every couple of weeks showing my progress through the rehabilitation of my injury, through the training itself, through stuff I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, whether that's my medical degree study, general life, sports, and my social life. So my name is Patrick McClintock, and that was my story. Check in on a mate.